John Furrier, host of theCUBE. We are here at Nvidia GTC for exclusive coverage of all the major action happening on the keynote and on the floor. We're here in the Dell Technologies booth with Michael Dell, CEO of Dell Technologies. Michael, great to see you. Amazing event. How you doing?
I'm doing great, John. Great to be with you.
You got to be pretty happy. The keynote, Jensen Huang put up a slide showing the completeness of the new offering that Nvidia and you guys are partnering on. That's the top story. Blackwell's going to be shipping in production. The AI infrastructure is coming to the table. And you guys were called out. Congratulations on that. What's your impression so far? Obviously you got a great mention there from Jensen. He's proud of you guys, and not just the hardware, but the software too. What's your impression so far of GTC?
Well, every year here at GTC, we kind of marvel at the incredible pace of improvement that's occurring in the semiconductors and all the related infrastructure. And when you just sit back and look at that, and the progress that's happening, for example, in deep reasoning and test time compute, and how all the data in the world is being unleashed. Now, from a Dell Technologies perspective, as the leader in infrastructure, I think Jensen appreciates that because somebody's got to deliver all this stuff. It takes engineering excellence and supply chains and services and customer relationships with all the large companies in the world. And customers appreciate that we have the end-to-end solution from desktops and mobile workstations through these AI server farms that we delivered $10 billion of in the past year with 2,200 plus Dell AI factory customers. We deliver 100 plus solutions, and it keeps going. And I just think we're in the first single-digit percentages of the S-curve adoption here as enterprises adopt all of this.
It reminds me of back when I broke into the industry when the PC was getting going. You started a company in the dorm room, legendary Dell Technologies now. At that time, the pace of play, of change, the next processor comes out, faster I/O bus, just the acceleration. One of the themes this year was, not buy more, save more, buy more, make more money, because productivity is a big theme. But he's even saying the better stuff's coming, and be ready, have AI readiness. So you're starting to see that wave where it's coming faster, smaller, cheaper. Reminds us of what happened in previous waves where everyone got better, the software got better too, and you guys have the AI factory, and obviously they got the PC coming. He showed this is what a PC should look like, petaflops. So this is a game changer on the infrastructure side. What's your vision on where the AI accelerates? Because you've seen this and lived this movie, you created the movie before. What do you see now?
What I see is every company in the world wants to embrace this because it's helping them grow and innovate and become more efficient. And so going from 2,200 plus Dell AI factories delivered to millions with small and medium-sized businesses, governments, all commercial and enterprise customers, and the fact that we can bring the end-to-end solution, that's worked for us, and it accelerated when we bought EMC 9 years ago, and now, all these systems require lots of compute, lots of data storage and networking, and we're able to integrate all that and deliver it, so incredibly excited about all the opportunities ahead.
Michael, I got to say this because I was there. 6 years ago, you actually said end-to-end, and we were on theCUBE commenting about that. That was early, that was 6 years. Now 6 years past, you're in a great position. All the best AI workloads work great end-to-end when you have the data. And so we're seeing the AI factory at the center of the value proposition. It's essentially a new data center. If you think about it, I'm not saying it's like directly like a data center, but you got into the server business from PCs to servers. So it's again, another movie that rhymes together. It's there, it's the data center. That was a big innovation. Now you got the AI factories. He's even got benchmarks, tokens per second per factory. So what does that mean for customers as they start to think, hey, I got Dell, I got all the stuff, what do I do? So there's a lot of transition going on. What are customers thinking right now? Because they want to move fast too. Because the infrastructure's there, it's coming to the table super fast. Now the software comes behind, which we know is going to be agents. So now everyone's got that change. What are customers doing?
Customers are rapidly moving from the proof of concept to the implementation, but you're right, it is a new architecture. So for 60 years, we've been building these machines that calculate and compute. Now we're talking about machines that help us think and think for us. And so, creating intelligence. And that is just a whole, we also used to have hundreds of these databases and islands or clouds of data. Now we want to bring it all together so we unleash that data. And it is a new architecture. So being able to deliver these Dell AI factories, that's going to scale up tremendously this year, and it's also going to scale into the PC with the AI PCs. That's growing quite quickly, and so all of this, I think, unleashes an enormous amount of progress in the overall economy, and great opportunities in our space.
What are some of the conversations you're having inside Dell now? Obviously, this wave is here. Dell Tech World's coming up. That's always a celebration. I'm sure you don't want to give away too much information on what's coming on at your event, but it's a super exciting time. I mean, business is good. Jensen's got a spring in his step. He's talking revenue. Last year was save money. Now people are seeing real revenue growth. What are some of the conversations you're having internally with your team on how to drive into the future?
Well, you probably heard us talk about this. AI is not the number one priority. It's number 1, 2, and 3. And so it's all about helping our customers deploy this and use it. And as we move from basic Gen AI models into test time compute and agents and multimodal sensing type systems, certainly how we use these systems internally, and spreading out just the incredible breadth of usage from the largest enterprise customers into every customer.
So as your relationship with Nvidia, could you share the vision there? Obviously the completeness of the portfolio, you showed the slide. What's next? What do you see happening? Just faster growth, faster products? Give us a little teaser, what to come, what's coming?
So, we continue to innovate at every stack, every part of the stack, and I think you got a sense of that today. In Jensen's keynote, every single piece of the system is improving, and that's accelerating. And where all that comes together to actually deploy these systems, there's a ton of work in systems integration, skills gaps. We have services capability to actually deploy these things in real life and make them real and effective inside corporations. They need a lot of help, and that's the help that we provide. And nobody has been able to deploy more of these systems in the world than we have, and we've done it very successfully, very consistently, reliably, and I think that's going to grow quite a bit this year. And certainly, what he was talking about is the data center infrastructure market essentially tripling over the next 5 years. And that's a great aspiration. We're all in for it, and we're certainly geared up to go help make that happen.
It's great if you're a hardware engineer right now, if you're in AI infrastructure or any infrastructure. I mean, the things he's talking about: scale up, scale out, enterprise computing, new architectures, robotics.
And he was talking about the key value storage. Now, key value storage essentially means you're taking a component of an answer and you're putting it in storage. That's data storage. We do a lot of data storage.
You guys have
at
a
Dell
big
Technologies,
storage.
right? We've got a big storage business.
Who said storage is dead?
Larger than number 2, number 3, number 4, and now we've designed our Dell AI data platform. It's way beyond the requirements that Nvidia has put forth, and we've built it basically so that it operates at 97% of the rate of the network. And so we can feed the data in there faster than it can take it.
I mean, your storage story is strong. He actually said it's going to be reinvented. He actually used an example. He talked about how he researches, and he mentioned your name too, that you guys were researching, and there's a lot of reasoning going on. He talked about the fill rate, pre-fill, and then decode, which was like read writes almost for AI, if you think about it in a weird way. So,
and this is interesting because the whole test time compute reasoning, that wasn't a topic a year ago, but you know from your own use of that and my use of that, and a lot of people out there, on theCUBE use this stuff because they're switched on and smart. It's using like 100 or 1,000 times more computing power because it goes out to 100 websites and it's triangulating and comes back with a PhD level answer to any complicated question. That's super cool.
Yeah, and he actually gave a little nuance. I look at little keynote like moments. People might have missed this, but he's like, before he talked about that time fill ratio on the numbers, he says, well, when I'm doing research with Michael too, he mentioned you, I like to feed it into the AI and it does all the work for me. So I'm like, oh wow, that's a pro tip. I'm going to start writing more white papers and feeding it into AI.
Totally.
So I have to ask you, what are you researching? What are you feeding into the AI? You bang out a paper? Are you doing specs on the new system? What are you banging on and feeding into the AI? How are you using AI?
I mean, I've said this before, but if you like to learn and you're curious, there's never been a better time to be alive until tomorrow. And so whatever topic you're interested in, whether it's in your business life or otherwise, you can tap into the insight and knowledge and information in the entire world very easily. And so that's just an amazing thing. So I use it all the time in everything I'm doing.
So you didn't tell me if you were dealing the specs of the new machines or writing a white paper,
that
a big M&A deal.
I do in our confidential environment.
A little multi-tenant. The productivity gains are phenomenal. We're just riffing on that. If you look at what's going on right now, the human capital, AI, artificial intelligence, you heard about digital workforce. I know you're close to looking at that. You think about that a lot. The human intelligence piece, this is the interplay. Human in the loop, human intelligence, artificial intelligence. There's a big narrative that's changing in tech, and we're doing our part to change it from doom and gloom to positive. Now, you got to watch out for adversaries, this asymmetrical environment out there, but there's a lot of AI for good. Could you share your vision on things that you're involved in? I know you do a lot of philanthropy work as well, but there is an AI good here. Productivity, the human intelligence increases. How do you see that going? How do you share it? When you talk to people about the good of AI, what are some of the things you talk about and give the data points for?
Yeah, I don't think we should ignore the risks or just assume that they're not there. But I do think the overwhelming effect will be positive. And so you think about the ability to have an infinitely patient tutor that helps anyone learn any subject. You think about the ability to offload monotonous work that's not very interesting and to really allow humans to tap into their own special abilities and creativity and leverage their own intrinsic capability in a much greater way. And so at the end of the day, what we're talking about are tools that are propelling humanity forward. So whether it's drug discovery or answering any of the unsolved scientific problems in the world, I think all of that's going to be advanced, and I think it will mean an expansion of prosperity and well-being, health, and the economy.
Yeah. Final question, I know you got to go, appreciate your time. For the folks that don't know what a token is from a processor, what is the importance of Nvidia's GTC this year with Dell? If you had to zoom out and look at the top story, what's the big takeaway happening from this event in your words?
I think the big takeaway is that we're deep into this transition where we're effectively creating intelligence, and we're, when you are tapping into these tools, you're adding IQ points, right, to your own capability. When you get a Dell AI PC, it's going to give you 10 or 20 more IQ points. So whatever it is you're trying to do in the world, it's going to help you do it better. And I think this is not an evolutionary change in computing. This is a revolution. It's on the scale of the internet or electricity or the industrial revolution, and we're here to help.
And he named the product Dynamo after electricity. Michael, great to see you. Thanks for coming on theCUBE.
Great to see you.
Michael Dell here for a CUBE exclusive. My name is John Furrier, host of theCUBE, and bring all the action. And remember, Dell Dell Tech World's coming up soon, so look out for us, theCUBE there. We will be there. Thanks for watching.